We back to the band? Hey, Terry. Diane, hello. Colin, what's up, my friend? Savannah, hello. Spud, my friend. What is up? Michael Silver, I appreciate that. Fat Cat, my friend, what's up? Jody Z, hello. Laura Kistner, what's up? Ladybug, thank you. Good to see you too. Lisa, thank you for checking in with me. Let's do this. We're in California.
Ralph Riley. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, Ralph. How are you, my friend? Good evening.
I'm doing wonderful. Exciting times. How you doing, Thomas?
I'm good, man. I just got a fire going. It's late. Oh, well, not late, but it's nighttime here. But got a fire going. Been doing some research.
You're on the other coast.
That's right. What's up, my friend?
Hey, I've been looking through my phone for what's going on in South Carolina there with military justice news conference. I don't see nothing about that. What's going on?
Well, I don't know much about that. I think it's kind of secretive, don't you think?
No, it was publicly announced.
Well, I know it was publicly announced, but what does it entail? Or, I don't know. I think we're all kind of just waiting on that. So I wasn't going to report on it until, it's out and about. But I know right when I saw that on Twitter, I was like, holy, that's crazy.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know why, dude. I don't know who that entails. I mean, is it Trey Gowdy and who else? Haley.
I think it's NSA,
Nikki
military justice, FBI,
yeah,
IRS. All of them factions. And I'm telling more to our side with this is the calm before the storm for the military tribunals, is what I'm reading into it as.
That very well could be the case. I hope so. I hope. I mean, that would be that really would make 2018 glorious. We got to unseal those indictments first.
Yeah, I got a feeling that's going to be happening.
Me too, man.
I mean, look at POTUS's tweets this morning.
Oh, I loved it.
Putting all those memes out there. That was awesome.
It's coming down the pike, my friend. It's coming down the pike.
Yeah. Yeah. Put your rain gear on. Cover up with plastic. It's going to hit the fan.
Yeah. That's right, dude. That's right.
Everybody just calm down. Don't get worked up. We're all good. Trust our POTUS. Trust in God. And,
that's right, Ralph.
Don't get into a panic till you see the blue helmets. And then
that's right.
Us good old boys know how to one-eye winkle.
That's right, my friend. I like it, Ralph. I like your positivity, man.
Oh man, it's wonderful times we live in. We all got to stay positive because evil feeds off of our anxiety.
And oh yes, 100%, Ralph. Well said. I like that.
Yeah, they feed on our anxiety, and we can't let them have no part of that.
Yeah.
And I hope that these lefty loonies, get their eyes woken up and redeem themselves and confess their sins and take Jesus into their heart. Otherwise,
me too, man.
It's not going to look good for them. You know what I mean?
No, it looks like
I'm a religious person in my life, but this movement has. I feel the Holy Spirit run through me sometimes, man.
That's good, dude. Me too, my friend. I'm right there with you. I think it's affected a lot of people in a very positive way, Ralph.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here and let some other people talk. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait until your podcast goes I can't watch it all the time because when you're live, it just buffers too much for me, buddy.
Yeah, I understand, dude. I think that's because you're all the way over in California. It may be a problem. Who knows?
Well, the Wi-Fi servers we have here, it's less than desirable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm out of data right now with my mobile hotspot. So
It's okay.
you know, when I have that, I usually flip that and you come in pretty clear.
Yeah.
Know? And I generally save that for you and Brandon Dilly and April and June.
That's right, my friend.
You guys are like some of my favorite people I like to listen to, man.
Well, you're one of my favorite people, Ralph, and I appreciate your support. And you're a good guy, my friend.
Yeah. But one of these days we'll get together and this old boy going to put you in a figure four and make you and call your mama. Hey, mama! Hey, mama!
I like it.
Oh, Bob Backlund. He was known for the figure four, man. Bob Backlund. I love that guy.
Oh, I remember that name. I got you.
I love talking old school wrestling with you too, buddy.
Dude, I love it too, man. But we'll pick up on it next stream. How about that? I promise we'll talk about it.
Yeah, man. Anyway, hey, I'll talk to you later. I'll try to listen in for what I can, Thomas.
Ralph, take care, my friend.
Keep your spirits up.
You too.
And just pray.
You too, my friend.
You know, we gotta hold the line for our president.
We will.
You know.
We are.
You know, I listened to Brandon Dilly today, and he had an awesome analogy. You know how Genghis Khan was able to conquer so much. When they went somewhere, they burnt their ships so their guys couldn't retreat. You know, and that's what we got to do. We got to stand with our president and not retreat.
Right.
You know, we got to hold the faith for him.
I understand, Ralph. Yes, we do.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Good to talk to you, Thomas.
All right, Ralph. Call back, man.
All right, bye.
Later, dude. Old Ralph Riley, always in the chat, always a beaming, shining light. Very positive guy. I like him a lot. Guys, we only have 45 thumbs ups, 45 likes, and we have 189 people in here. Let's go.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, Thomas. My name is Jackie. I'm calling you from Canada.
Hey, Jackie, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
What's up?
I'm calling you because I'd like to know if you got an.
If I got a what?
Did you get an emergency alert today?
No, ma'am, I did not get an emergency alert. Did anybody on the chat get an emergency alert? Why? What's up?
Well, we got an emergency alert today in Canada, and I'm understanding that that it came from America.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you know Joe M, who did the amazing
Yes.
for Q.
Yes.
Well, he tweeted today that Canadians were getting an emergency alert, and they were saying it came from America. I was just wondering if you had any information about that.
I have not heard. People in the chat know what's going on. I have not heard anything about that.
And on another matter, I just wanted to bring to your attention that it's coming to light in Canada that our government is actually, that we have been lied to. We never confederated. Canada never confederated. And so basically what we have now in Canada is a de facto government, and it's been like that since the 1930s, and they've been lying to us all along. So
where was this broken at? Where did you hear about this? Is this national news?
On Twitter from Joe M.
Wow.
You know M?
Yeah. I know who he is. Yeah.
Storm is upon us.
Yeah. I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, he tweeted that today, that Canadians were getting emergency alert from America.
Well, I don't know what's going on. It seems like we are coming to a head at this point. I think it's not just us. I don't think it's just America. I think you see mass riots in France. You see mass riots in Mexico. And, you know, I think a lot of people are realizing that we have been lied to this entire time. You know, what's up is down and what's left is right. So we need to really get our heads off the swivel, and we need to come together as humanity. That's what we need to do. And just look out for one another, because I really believe we're about to get a dose of information, a disclosure, you know, to I think that's what's coming.
Yes, sir. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that it's coming to light right now in Canada, although you won't see it in any media because we don't have any in Canada except the state broadcasting, that we're awakening to the fact that Canada never confederated. That means that basically we have a de facto government, and they are bleeding us dry with this globalism.
Right.
And Trudeau had an emergency meeting today because Hillary Clinton is in Canada right now.
Correct.
She's in Toronto, and he had an emergency meeting today, and then right after that, the alert went out. We all got the emergency alert, and then it was reported by Joe M. that it came from Trump, that it came from America.
Well, he's looking out for you guys. I'm sure that
Canadians are finding out that we're not actually, that actually every province in Canada is sovereign, that we are not under the Queen, that she put an overlay on us in our government and our constitution, so that's why Justin Trudeau, he pledged allegiance to the Queen, not to the people of Canada.
Right? Doesn't that make you sick?
She's claiming all of our land. She calls all our land crown land, and everything that she's claiming, everything belongs to the Queen. But none of our courts are even common law. We're under admiral law. So it's a really big deal breaking in Canada right now, and I want to share that with you because we've got eyeballs all over this right now.
Well, listen,
we're looking at it.
You need to keep in touch with us. You know, if you want to call back later, you can. We'll probably do this for a couple hours. We have a guy on here, Ron Sheckelson, who's always on here, and he says, "Throw off your shackles, Canada. It's time to break loose. It's time to stand up. You're not under the crown. You're not under crown rule. You're Canadians. You're not British. Give me a break. Come on. You're not part of the EU.
We're the Great North.
You're the Great North.
We are not. Exactly. We're not under the crown, but we are under the crown because we have a illegal government in Ottawa that is has allegiance to the Queen.
Are you from Ottawa?
Illegal. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I understand what you're trying to explain.
I'm out of Toronto. So, but I just thought it was interesting that everybody is on Twitter. Joe M, who made the video, the famous video that he made about Q, because I follow Q.
Yeah.
Well, he tweeted today that he is getting alerts that the emergency broadcast came from America to Canadians. That's what I'm calling in to let you know. I was wondering if you got it.
Yeah. I mean, I did not get an alert. None of us on here got an alert, but everyone on here is saying that they saw it on Twitter. I do follow Joe M. I did not see that tweet. My mistake. But everyone on here knows what you're talking about, and I think it's
Joe M made the famous Q video.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Followed. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
The one who tweeted it.
Right. I understand who Joe M is. Yes.
Okay, good. All right, then. I won't take any more of your time. Thank you very much.
Take care. Yes, ma'am.
I watch your videos all the time.
Awesome.
All the best. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. She sounded really distressed.
Joanne. To accept, press 1.
What's up, Joanne? How are you? What's up?
Nothing. I just wanted to say, I unscribed, and hit the bell again, like you told me.
Good.
Did not work.
Oh, wow.
Work, dude. Yeah. So we gotta. I don't know how, but we need to fix this. So thank God I picked up my phone and I saw that you were on live chat. So I was like, oh my God. And number 2 is that I want to tell everybody, thank God for Trump. This man is getting no pay, right?
Correct.
He is donating it to the veterans and different areas of our government, right? And I truly believe, I feel bad for him because
Me too, man.
Day out, he is getting bashed by the fake news, and he's not getting credit for anything. And I am just waiting for defense.
Yes.
I'm going to have the biggest party.
I love your spirit.
Ever.
I love your spirits.
Thank you. And I just want to let you know I'm going to Mickey Mouse's house on Saturday, and I will take a picture for you because it's going to be beautiful.
Are you going down to Florida?
I live in Bradenton, Florida now. Yes.
Oh yeah, but you got the New York number still.
Yeah. Because it's just easier that way.
Oh, that's cool.
But
yeah.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I love your chats. I love reading everybody's comments about it.
Oh yeah.
And God bless United States, and for
big time.
Once, I feel like the middle class is actually being heard.
Hey, we are definitely being heard. Yes, ma'am. We are definitely being heard.
And I am a proud deplorable.
Me too. What's your name again? So I know you. I know the number. But what's your name?
Joanne Levin.
Joanne. That's right, Joanne. I got you. How do you pronounce where it is? I know you're in Florida, but what? How do you...
Bradenton, Florida. I'm by between Tampa and Sarasota.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm on the West Coast. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Best thing I've ever done for myself. But,
good.
Anyway, I want to wish everybody a happy holiday season, and come on, D5.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
Hey, you
Bye.
too. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Everyone is so full of spirits. I love it. I love it. Why don't we have 240 people in here with 99 likes. Come on, guys. We got to get these likes up. The more likes that this video receives, like I always say, the more times it's recommended to other people. A lot of people like tuning in on these live streams because we actually get a lot of stuff going on. Whoa, this is a...
Brian.
To accept, press.
Hey, Brian, calling from Canada, correct?
Yeah, you bet, Thomas. How you doing?
I'm good, my man. How are you?
Very good. Hey, I just wanted to shoot you an update. I've been following your channel for a while.
Thank you.
I haven't got my own channel yet. Bit of an undercover and on, but the guy that was calling in about the South Carolina thing, it's if you look up sextortion, you will find a bunch of different feeds on it, and I guess 400 servicemen were caught in a bit of a scam with 5 inmates and 10 unknowns. You don't know who they are yet, as far as they're on the outside working with the guys on in the prison somewhere, and they were extorting funds from U.S. military men, pretending to be a fake ID, somebody else, and they were sending naked pictures back and forth and extorting money, and who knows what else they were getting them to do, I guess.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to look into it more when more information comes out. That's that's pretty much a scandal, so it has a lot to do with the prisons, correct?
Yeah, there's 5 inmates that have been caught in it and 10 on the outside, 15 people indicted total. But I just wanted to pass along because one of the other viewers was saying he hadn't heard much about it. But if you look up sextortion, you can, get preliminary information of what they released in the press conference after that meeting there this morning in South Carolina.
We had a lady call in earlier from, I think she said Ottawa, and she said that she got a national or a emergency alert today. Did you?
No, I did not. I just heard her say that she was on there. I did not get one, but my phone service is through one of the sideline companies, not one of the main carriers. Mm-hmm. So that could be a reason why I didn't get one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could have been, man. I would look into that, man. I would really look into that. That was a really interesting call.
Yeah, you bet. You have a good night, and we'll keep on watching.
All right, Brian. Thanks for calling, dude.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, this Canada thing's kind of intrigued me. I didn't hear anything about it. I'm going to have to go back and kind of investigate this.
Raphael Ocon.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. Call from
Captain Rick.
Hello, Captain. How are you?
Hey, brother. What's up? Don't get scared with the 609 New Jersey area code on the cell phone. Mm-hmm. I'm actually down in Central Texas.
Oh, it's fine, man. I just had a lady call in from Florida, and she had a New York number, so it's good.
Yeah, that comes from military service. You know how it is.
Yes, I got you. What's up, my man? How are you?
Just wanted to touch base with you and say you're coming in 5x5 down here in Central Texas. Appreciate your effort.
Excellent. Are you near how far are you from the border?
Actually, I'm about maybe 3 or 4 hours away. I'm up next to Fort Hood, if you're familiar with.
Yeah, I know the travesty that happened there. Yes.
I spent most of my time at Fort Bragg.
Yeah. You there?
My basic message that I want to share with you and some of the rest of the folks, if you see my stuff on Twitter or on Facebook, I'm retired, 30 years military, and spent time doing stuff around the globe. Mm-hmm. I've worked at the 2-star, 3-star level, so I've seen some stuff that, as I was joking with some of my students when I was teaching them, I'm one of those guys that you read about in Tom Clancy novels or see in X-Files episodes because of the security clearance and where I've worked. And the biggest thing that I'm greatly cheered with or cheered by is faith and hope. Folks need to hang on to that and create a community. You gotta know who's on your left, who's on your right in your village, in your community, because when stuff hits the fan, grid goes down, whatever the situation, you need to have that human contact and be able to depend on your neighbor, have a sense of community.
Absolutely, man. That is a great point that a lot of people don't talk about is, if you need to be in touch with your neighbors. When I was growing up, I'm in my mid-30s. When I was growing up, I knew all my neighbors and everyone knew my family. So I feel like now I know all my neighbors, not on the entire street, but the one across the street and to the left and to the right. So if anything were to happen, if I go out of town, I tell them, would you please watch after the house, or, bring my trash cans in if the trash truck comes. That's what we should be doing. We shouldn't be face down in a phone all day and just being reclusive,
Correct. And that's just it. I grew up in a small village back in Iowa, retired from Texas. But, and it's a matter of community service and connecting. I'm a Boy Scout leader. I'm a rugby coach. I'm a theater teacher.
Oh, nice, man.
Schoolers. And so what I would recommend is just start with your subdivision or your community. And like you're saying, 2 blocks over, 3 blocks over, do a little recon and see how your subdivision's set up and do your neighborhood watch,
meet and greet your neighbor and then, figure out what's going on. Now, luckily, we've got a lot of retired military here in my subdivision here in Killeen. So, everybody keeps an eye out for everybody. That's pretty well. But we got some folks coming and going that we don't quite know yet. But, just lay on your 6 months worth of food, water, whatever, for whatever emergency or natural or man-made comes along. Learn how to play board games.
That's right. Absolutely.
Learn how to sit down and have a cup of tea, sweet tea, and talk. Just the art of conversation.
I totally agree with you, man. We've got to rebuild that that bond between each other that we used to have back in the day.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, my man.
Well, listen, thank you. I appreciate you answering my call, taking time. I've got to go pick a boy up from wrestling practice from high school right now.
Okay.
But keep your phone dry, and happy holidays to everyone who's listening and who's out there. And just keep the faith.
You too, man. Keep the faith and be strong out there. Thanks for calling, dude.
Yes, sir. You have a great evening. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Call from
Raphael Ocon.
To accept, press 1.
Hey, Raphael. Good to hear from you.
What's happening, boss?
Nothing, man. Just taking these calls. We got a pretty good crowd in here. We got about 260 people listening to you.
Perfect.
Yep.
So, I know this is kind of like beating on the old drum, but there's a couple things about this Khashoggi thing going on that
there is.
We aren't really privy to. And I'd like to hear your thoughts. Number one, so Pompeo and they all had their meeting today with the House and everything and gave them the download. But why do you think Gina Haspel wasn't there?
That's a good question, man. All I can do is I can just kind of guess, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really want to just put, hearsay out there. What do you think, man? Why do you think she was or wasn't there?
Well, there's a couple questions. Number one, we all know he died, but do we know, one of the main things that's, overshadowing this whole thing is, why did they want to kill him? No one's ever said, okay, he reported on this and that, and it wasn't true, and they didn't like him for these reasons. Nobody's ever come out and say, hey, they didn't like him because he was pointing the finger over here or pointing the finger over there, or he reported on this, or what did he know? No one's ever said, what did he know that they were of him?
Well, people are saying on here that George Webb reported that Khashoggi was plotting a coup against the MBS. And Khashoggi was a spy and a non-American citizen.
Well, he had multi-citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
He was an American citizen and whatever else he was. What was he, Saudi? Or quite positive on that. But, he had to have known something.
Oh, of course.
They're just not coming out forth and saying. And secondly, what do you think about the influence of America sitting over here and saying, okay, let's say everything's said and done. Mohammed bin Salman did give the order to kill him, right? Who are we to say you can't be the next crown prince?
We aren't to say that. We aren't, but I don't know. All of that really, to me, a lot of that is just screaming false flag to me. It's screaming, it doesn't make sense. I think everyone's questioning it, and it's so up in the air that I don't want to make assumptions on it, is all I'm saying. I think there's more to come. I think it was just a false flag, to be honest. I think they were trying to start something. Do you agree with that?
totally agree. It reeks of false flag, and the reason being is like, and I don't want to say it has direct ties to our economy and what Trump's trying to do with our economy and our oil prices. And Trump, obviously he gave a phone call months ago. He called the MSP. He said, "Hey, we want better oil prices. Give it to us now." And he did. And our price per barrel went down dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they're attacking that because Trump obviously has something going on there, but I don't think they like him working so well with the Middle East because this whole Hillary Clinton, Alice in Wonderland, Saudi Arabia, and then all these people that MSB either put in prison or killed, the 200 people. I think they're fighting back. The deep state is fighting back against Saudi Arabia, saying, we're not going to stand for this. Not really, we're not going to stand for this, but we're going to fight you tooth and nail, and we're going to make you look like shit. But I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than this whole Khashoggi thing, and I think that's just the forefront. But why does the whole world care so much?
I don't know.
About one person.
I find it so strange too, man. I find it really weird. I don't trust it. I can tell you that.
Has that ever been a thing?
What?
Even so he got killed, right? And the whole world's making a big deal about it, or the American MSN, fucking the bullshit news. But
yes.
What about Natalia Belinskaya dying in a helicopter crash after the Trump Tower meeting, and that just going away yesterday?
Because they have different agendas to push, man. They have different agendas to push. They have different ways to direct our attention to, man. That's what I'm saying. The whole caravan, the fires, the this, the that, the other thing, it's just to direct our attention. Come on, cattle, go this way. Sheep, corral you, go this way, look this way. I just feel like all that is, every single bit of it is false flag. We know the fires aren't natural. We know the caravan isn't organic. We know that the Khashoggi murder was, me and you just agreed, it reeks of false flag, every bit of it, and it's only to deter our attention away from what they're trying to cover up, dude.
Exactly. So, is there anything else that you guys have seen, or so I'm not a big investigator, but I definitely, I listen to everything. I listen to everything, alternative media puts out.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it that they're pointing us away from? Because just like the caravan, it's so obvious.
Voter fraud.
Media stunt.
Voter fraud.
Right. The DHS is going to come out with their investigation here in a week or two, and they're going to show what happens there. And I think it's going to be so. But the weird thing is that on this whole voter fraud thing is there's nothing we can really do about it. There's no amendment to voter fraud, as far as redoing the vote or whatever, what have you. How do you reconcile? Supposedly if Q says, okay, look at California, and California won, just over the top won in a lot of districts they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And Fox News even declared them winners before it was even over, right?
Yes.
How do we go about fixing that issue as the House sits right now? So say, we should have picked up more seats in California, but we didn't. How do we go about fixing that right now? I don't think we can. But
I don't think we can either, my friend. I think what is going to happen is we're going to have to set up a whole new system. Excuse me. I think a whole lot's going to change, man. I think a lot of this stuff is going to come to the front, and we're going to have to start over with a lot of stuff, my friend. But listen, I got other people calling in. Let me take some more people. And dude, a lot of great points. Call in tomorrow. We'll do another live stream, okay?
Hey, no worries. Just a quick point. I just want to let you know,
sure.
The lady who called in from Canada earlier, rebuke the queen. That's bullshit.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Have a good one.
You too, man. We'll see you. Great call.
Bye.
My hat is the state flag of South Carolina.
Spud forever.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's up, Spud?
Hey, on Vesselnitskaya, you know that the reason she was taken out was because she could connect Loretta Lynch with the attempted, set up on Trump and Trump Jr. there at Trump Tower. You know that, right?
Yeah.
She was the direct between Loretta Lynch and the Trump Tower setup, and she was also there with the her handler from the what is it? It isn't the KGB anymore. I'm having a hard time thinking of it. Could it be the BSF or BSR? What they're KGB now, whatever name they're going by. But she was there with her handler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she also had info on the Chinese handler. You remember when he turned? She also had evidence that would corroborate him. That was why, they did the helicopter crash on her. The same thing that they did on Ron Brown.
Well, I'm not too caught up on what you're talking about, Spud. So I can't really put my input in. If you got, I know we're talking about people being killed, people being suicided. It happens. It's that's why you got to be careful out there, man. You've got to, they'll blackmail you, and then if you want to go against the blackmail, then you'll find a bullet in your head, or you'll go down in a crash. And just like Q said, 7 out of 10 crashes are purposely done. So these things, these helicopters and these jetliners, that every stop, every land, every takeoff, they are checked time and time again. These planes just don't fall out of the sky. That would be like if you drove to you drove to San Antonio, and then as soon as you got there, they checked everything on the truck or whatever you're driving, and then before you left, they checked it again. You would never break down, my friend. These planes and these go ahead.
No, how they crash them? There's a secret back door on the. There's a piece in there. American Media Intelligence has a thing on how Hillary crashes all those.
I know, I understand that. Be wary of them, my friend. Be wary of American intelligence media.
Well, I'm just saying that is pretty good information that they have on that.
Yes, they do. They had great information on that.
Yeah, just on that aspect. Now, breaking down the thing on, you remember when it was when they was doing the whole Trump Tower thing. The reason that come about was that they failed to come up with a real Russian collusion thing during the campaign, and
right.
They was desperate. Hillary was desperate to establish a Russian, collusion narrative.
Right.
The way that Vesselnitskaya got hooked up was because you remember Paul Manafort?
Yes.
He was Trump's campaign director.
Correct.
Or manager at the time.
Yes.
He got word to some of the Russians that he used to work for over in Ukraine that this Vesselnitskaya gal, Natalia Vesselnitskaya, had information that would be beneficial to Trump on Hillary. Okay, well, they set up the thing, and she was actually blackballed from coming into the U.S. The only way that they got her into the U.S. to meet with Trump, the Obama administration, was that Loretta Lynch had to okay it herself as head of justice, so that way she could come in and go to the meeting. Ostensibly, it was to go to a court hearing there in New York City, but she never showed up for the court hearing. Immediately after the meeting at Trump Tower, she went to the White House and got the Dad or Girl parade thing. They went to a parade, and she was photographed with the Obamas at the parade.
Right.
Immediately after that. Well, the thing is, she also knew about all the rest of it. That's why she was 187 and headed to the Clinton body count.
Right.
Because she had all that inside dope on that. The attempted setup by the Obama administration of the Trump Tower meeting. They tried to set up Trump Jr. and Trump himself, plus the whole campaign with a fake Russian collusion narrative.
Yes, but I mean, they have to eliminate these people so they don't get the word out. A lot of people get disinformation, misinformation. Some people get the right information. They get drops just like we do. But Spud, my friend, I have more people calling in. I also need to talk to the chat a little bit, dude. Call back anytime, my friend. We're going to do it tomorrow, too.
Okay, well, have a good evening. Thanks, Thomas.
All right, Spud. We'll see you later, man. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
So, yeah, guys, if you want to donate or support this channel, you can definitely do it by going to the money sign down below the super chat. And you can go to my PayPal or my Patreon to donate also. Support this channel. It's free content, and it does cost money to do this stuff, believe it or not. Got the biggest podcast tomorrow. You're not going to believe it, but it's going to be the biggest one I've ever done. I've been researching. I've been doing a lot to prep for it. So I hope you will be stoked when it comes out, guys. It's going to be really good. It just proves what a little bit of help, a little bit of love from you guys can push this channel, to be, it's a lot of work. We're at over 42,000 subs. All of our call-ins are great. It's been quite a ride. I love every minute of it. It does get, sometimes it does get overwhelming. I'm going to be honest with you, just to stay on top of it, stay on top of Twitter, stay on top of everything. But tomorrow, in my point of view, in my eyes, is why the hard work has paid off. Just going to leave it at that. It's going to be a very good one. So, yeah. So anyways, guys, if you want to call, if you want to donate, you can definitely do that. Even $1, $2, whatever you want to do, you can do it. We got an LA call here, so let's go ahead and do it. Just wanted to touch base with you. Let's get back to the calls.
Now of the sky. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Hey, what's up? I couldn't understand the name. What's your name?
Malibu.
Hey, Malibu, what's up? How are you?
Hey, man. I love what you're doing. I really think it's great. So, awesome on you for your work.
Thank you, Malibu. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I just want to tell you that and just interject my voice into the conversation.
Sure.
Say that I've been deep down the rabbit hole for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And recently, it's so odd. So I've been researching a lot of stuff, but maybe my focus is in one place rather than another. But this mudslide thing, have you looked into it at all?
Look into what? I'm sorry.
The mudslide.
The mud flood?
Yes.
In
look into this.
Overseas?
Everyone needs to look into this.
Overseas?
No, it happened all over the earth, okay? And what they're saying is this. Basically what I've discerned after the last 2-3 days of researching. I just started researching it. They're saying that an event, a cataclysmic event, happened between the years of 1600 to maybe 1840. Something happened, okay, where there was catastrophic flooding, mud flooding, possible liquefaction of the ground. One of your mods or somebody in the chat, Davey, I think, said that DEWs are not scientifically accurate, that the technology doesn't exist. That I don't believe is true. I think it does exist. We've seen, the fires and all that. What they're saying, if you look at this stuff, it looks like they had the directed energy weapons then. Okay, this technology goes back a long time. We know the pyramids are probably energy conductors, right?
Yes.
Are you following me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm following you. Go ahead. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
What I'm saying is this all factors into what they've been trying to erase the history of the earth and what's gone on here for a long time. But go and look at this stuff, and I guarantee you're going to get where I'm going with this is that they've always done this, and they're setting up for another cataclysmic event, okay? That's what they can do it. They can create the tsunamis, they can pinpoint earthquakes, they have, HAARP, DARPA, wherever they're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Those technologies are out there.
Yeah.
Lastly, I'll just tell you this. What these investigators have done, and there's several of them on the mud flood, everybody needs to look into this, okay? It's really serious.
Okay.
So what they're saying is you go and look at these pictures, okay? And you look at the beginning of the 20th century, old pictures, and you see people in them. They've got footage of around 18-something. There's nobody there. There's like one person in France on these big streets where you would have vehicles or horses or people. Right?
Yeah.
Go look at it. I think that maybe they could actually, you're too young to remember this, but people that are a little bit older than you, we always used to hear as kids about spontaneous combustion.
I know what that is.
People would just blow up, right?
Yes.
I think that's them feeding the consciousness for this idea that can happen because they have technology to evaporate people, to just,
Yeah, people are saying the microwave weapon.
Pardon?
People are saying like a microwave weapon, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, spontaneous combustion. I know all about that. And I've never heard of this mud flood, though, so I'm going to have to look into it. So I can't really converse with you, but I'm listening. So if you want to keep going.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying this. You'll see once you just go look at it a little bit. You'll see how it ties in. Because I lastly just want to tell you this.
Yes.
The New Yorker hotel where Tesla died.
Yes.
They have found that building is a particle accelerator like CERN. Okay.
Yes.
Go look into this, and we know there's a Trump connection to Tesla.
Correct.
John Trump, the uncle, went and got the papers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what we see is these buildings, okay? There's these buildings that have enormous doorways, and they're also partially buried from the mud flood. These enormous buildings, and they're telling us they're built in the late 1800s, but the speculation is these buildings go back hundreds and hundreds of years, and they've actually erased about 1,000 years perhaps out. We don't know about, okay? So just look, and it factors into now because they have these technologies to create these catastrophes as we see, and really they can wipe out huge swath of the population this way. They can do it. So just check it out, and I look forward to seeing you kind of maybe bring this into what you're doing because it does relate.
I love it. I love the topic. This is a great topic. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this up. I'm going to look into it. I wrote it down. And I'm definitely going to look into it.
Your mind's going to be blown, and everyone that looks at it, you're not going to believe this. It's unbelievable.
What building did you say was it's not a cyclotron, but what did you say it was?
Okay.
What's the building?
It was a particle accelerator.
Yeah, particle accelerator. Yeah.
Where they were reenacting perhaps the Big Bang. He was doing it there. I think.
But what building? What building?
The New York. It was called the New Yorker Hotel.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But look at the Ponce de Leon Hotel in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's another structure. It looks like it was a free energy producer.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, the free energy, what I just came up with is they've had free energy forever, and we've been paying, but we didn't need to because they've had it. We know that anyway. But they had all of these buildings, and when you look into the mudflood, part of what I think they were trying to do is get rid of these structures that were built hundreds of years before they tell us there were people living on this continent that could build anything besides a wigwam. Okay, There were these enormous structures. It makes no sense. Go look at it. It makes no sense. You'll see. Your mind's gonna be blown. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna look into it. It may give me a couple days, but I definitely have it written down. And what I write down, I definitely check out.
All right. Bye to you and all your listeners, and stay safe, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Great call. Guys, if you don't know, we do have shirts. If you want to get a shirt, you can. QAnon 17 on the back and on the front, true reporting, where we go one, we go all. If you want it, you can get it. You can go to my PayPal and leave me your mailing information. They're $20 if you want one. Very cool. Did the chat freeze? No. So yeah, if you want one, you can definitely get one. Just in time. What time is the big show tomorrow? I expect it about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
It's POTUS Huge.
What's up, POTUS? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? What's up, POTUS?
I'm good, man. Hey, turn down the stream in the background a little bit.
Yeah, I literally just did. I think I had it on my phone. Just see the chat.
Oh, you're good, dude. You're good. You're good.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're good, man. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, cool.
What's up?
Love the channel, man.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate all you when you call in, dude. I get stoked about it. Trust me.
Yeah, you actually might be. I haven't done a Patreon yet, but like literally for anybody, I used to Patreon Sticks Hex and Hammer back in the day, a long time ago. And I still like his content. But
that dude's pretty good. I'll be honest. That dude's pretty smart.
He really is good. But
yeah.
I really wish he would delve more into I don't want to say the conspiratorial side of things, but I just wish he would kind of delve a little bit more into. He has to play it safe now. You know,
yeah, he does.
He's got a
huge following.
He's got a huge channel now. Yeah, so he's got to stay within the goalposts, and I can appreciate that and everything. I honestly think like if there was something like that came out that it was like blatantly in your face, he definitely would report on it. But I think till then he kind of steers clear for everything. But I did like, I don't know, I saw a couple of videos of him where he was talking about it was obvious that the Democrats, were, into the voter fraud stuff. I mean, it was obvious, like with Broward County, and he definitely touched on that. So that was cool. But anyway, what I was saying was I don't even have Patreon anybody. You're going to be the first channel on Patreon too in a while because I just like your channel so much. Dude,
that is the best. Dude, I'm just going to say POTUS. I'm going to call you POTUS. POTUS Huge. POTUS Huge is, that is the best way if you want to help and support this. You can do it on the chat if you want to, but the best way to do it is through PayPal or Patreon. I have about 35 Patreons, believe it or not, and they don't ever go away. They stay there and they're loyal, and I'm a loyalist too, man. So,
yeah. Like I said, your channels are the channels I like to follow because you can tell, it's obvious as how grassroots it is as opposed to, in other channels where
absolutely.
It just seems like,
because you're using intuition, bro.
Yeah, definitely. That's all it is. I know last time I called in, man, I was a little black-pilled about everything that was going on, man, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. I definitely believe that the whole 5347 thing by Q was, I think there's definitely something there.
Dude, that is a huge Q proof, bro. Huge.
It really is. And I don't know. I get why a lot of like people, even like me, get down from time to time. We've been conditioned to think, this is just what politicians do. Nothing's ever going to come of it. And that's what they want us to think. They want us to think that because it's like psychologically programming us to accept it when it does come out. People like Jeff Flake and all these other people that have been around for so long, and he's still obviously trying to buck the trend. So and the enemy, they know that we've been programmed to think that, so they're playing on that. So I honestly believe that a lot of these people that even 6 months ago I was like, oh, these people are just shields, because they're not buying into the the Q thing. I don't really think a lot of them are shields. I think they're just so black pilled based off decades of them following beforehand and nothing ever happening.
So I just heard, I just saw somebody in the it was Colin, one of the mods, said Trump apparently just released that he is reopening the HRC case. People are starting to talk about it now, dude.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too, man. I just really think it feels like maybe something is about to bust open.
Oh my God, that'll be incredible.
I know, man. And like, I honestly believe that some of these people that we might believe is like shields, like the Jack Posobiec and stuff, I honestly think that maybe they're in on it too. Like, the disinformation is necessary. They might be like agents of like disinfo, and to an extent, like you got to think like for Q and the White Hats to pull something like this off, they would have to literally cause misdirection. Constantly keep people guessing, because if they put it out there obvious what they're doing, then how to thwart it. So
just be wary, man. You just watch who you follow, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I still think more than not, chances are the people like Jack Posobiec and Mike Cernovich they're just opportunists.
Yeah, didn't we talk about that last time?
Yeah. But I think some people like them. Like, there's another guy I follow. His name's Adam Gingrich, John Wick of Politics. I'm not sure if you've ever seen him on Twitter.
No, I feel like I've heard of it. You say Alan Greenwich?
Adam Gingrich, like Newt Gingrich. But
I know.
Apparently he's somebody who's been in politics and stuff. Worked on campaigns and stuff before, and he used to be on Bill Mitchell's show, Your Voice Radio, back in the day, and now they've had a big falling out, and they're kind of going at each other's throats and stuff. And I'm starting to think maybe people like that might be there to, throw the bad guys off as to thinking, Q's not real. We don't have to worry about anything. You know what I mean? Like, if you had everybody on board, like literally every MAGA supporter on board with Q, it would give this appearance of there must be something there. It has to be legit. Therefore, this and this and this, we have to do this and this and this. But if there can be like a sense of, doubt within even of MAGA, then I think it honestly gives like a shield of like protection for someone like you to keep working in the background, if that makes any sense.
Sure, I agree. I agree with that.
So all I'm saying is, and this is just a theory that I have. I mean, I can't say it's true or not, but it would make sense if you would have some people play the part of, bad cop, as opposed to, what I'm saying? Not really bad cop, but somebody who just doesn't believe, if you know what I mean. Yes,
I completely agree with you. Yeah, you have to have, you have people play the part. You have to have it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Q always says, enjoy the show, and what makes a good movie, actors. So some people are definitely having to play a part to an extent. And I definitely believe that with somebody like, Michael Flynn's son,
I like that guy.
I do too. And he comes out and he talks against Q a lot, and I think maybe Sebastian Gorka does, but I've heard some things about Gorka.
I have too.
Maybe he's just, maybe he was just a bad leaker.
Yeah, just a shill.
Yeah, but that's the thing. For this to be successful, people like you and I, or just look at it from the outside in, we're not supposed to know. I mean, if we could actually figure it out so easily, then how easily do you think it would be for the people, that Q's fighting, that are more close to the inner circle? If we could figure it out, they could easily figure it out, because they're privy to even more information that we'll ever dream of knowing.
Right.
But anyway, man, I just want to call in and say, keep up the good work, man. You're killing it. It's awesome.
Well, dude, I hope to see if you can donate. Definitely do it, dude. And
yeah, definitely. I plan on starting that up here real soon, the next week or so.
Thank you, POTUS. I appreciate it, my man. And I'll call back anytime, dude. We'll do it tomorrow. Get ready for this podcast tomorrow. It's gonna be It's gonna be crazy.
All right, awesome, dude. Can't wait.
Later, man.
All right, bye.
Bye. Whoa. Busy night, guys. Busy night. We still haven't gotten to 200. We've been sitting on 193, 194. I would love to see 200 likes. And if you want to donate $1 or $2, you can definitely do that. Just like POTUS just said, POTUS huge. You know, he's going to go to Patreon. That is a really good way to donate. It's just once a month. Once a month, you get a little bit of money taken out and is sent towards a good content provider. This isn't your mainstream media bullcrap. This isn't corporate nonsense. This is grassroots, researchable, hard work. You know, this is all it is. And, you know, the best way to do it is if you want to become a Patreon and show your support, that's really good to do. It's always at the end of every video I post and always in the description box below of every video I do. So, yeah, and it's in the Crew Chief 2. Definitely puts it in there. And, you know, Terry and Colin do also. So, you know, 207. I wasn't even paying attention. Thank you. So, yeah, guys, you know, what do you guys, I'm just going to take calls on this. So if the mods could help me out, I want to know more about this Paul Manafort, Julian Assange meetup. Was it a meetup or something? That this is what I've been trying to find more on. And I definitely want to I want to know more about that.
Sam from Canada. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Sam.
Hey. Good. I'm finally on.
Yeah.
And, I discovered your channel a while ago, and I love it.
Thank you, ma'am.
You do such an awesome job.
Thank you.
But what I wanted to say was when I think actually in the 2016 elections, President Trump won the popular vote too. It's just been stolen. That's why they went to check certain areas because they knew that's where they had the rigged ones. Well, when they did the same thing in Broward County for the midterm elections, it's so obvious that even if you weren't on the right, you would go, oh my God, like, look at how they're doing this. And I'm just wondering if they're preparing people by actually putting out crap in front of their faces and do that for the 2020 election.
You know, they could definitely do that. I don't see anyone going up against POTUS and beating him. Even if I wasn't a Trump fan, even if I was just a libertarian and I didn't know anything about anything, I would say that logical thinking tells me that no one will get close to him. And you're probably right. I don't even believe these elections are I believe that this one was definitely grassroots, that people did come out of the woodworks.
You know what? When it came to Trump, it all was. And they could not believe she lost because they had rigged with the Soros machines. And anybody coming up against President Trump, I mean, he's got Canadians fired up.
Well, I'm going to be honest. Sam. Sam, I'm going to be honest. You're about the 6th or 7th Canadian to call in today. You know, I probably do about 30 calls, maybe 30 calls a night. I mean, we're talking almost a quarter of them are Canadians.
I think you have more Canadians that understand American politics more than we understand our own because we're based off the British system.
Yeah.
And it made me so angry. And a lot of Canadians were angry when that asswipe said he had to apologize to Justin Trudeau. And I'm thinking, are you freaking serious? That limp-wristed powder puff?
You can say it. Say it.
Well, you know what? On behalf of all of Canadians that have their heads screwed on right, we want to apologize to President Trump and SCOTUS for the asswipe remarks of those idiots.
Are you a fan? I don't know. I don't know if you're a fan, but my favorite comedian. I'm a huge. I follow a lot of comics. My favorite comedian is Norm Macdonald, and he's a Canadian. I love Norm Macdonald, and anytime I what's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
Say it one more time.
And he's great. He's actually great. Norm Macdonald, Jim Carrey. He might as well just start digging a hole way deep down, and then keep going down.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people are turned off in Canada. We don't care about the cable and shit. We cannot stand our prime minister because he's an idiot.
Do you follow Norm on Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
I haven't followed him up, but I think I'm going to do that. Actually, I don't know Twitter or computers very well. I've just kind of just been sort of shown.
He's great.
Things. I don't know why. I was never into it. It was first religious things came up. Then it was the presidential election between Trump and the rest of them, and it was just really strange. And now, like, I'm so into it.
Well, that's good.
I'm embarrassed that we have Trudeau and wish that you could clone your president and his family.
Well, the world will follow Trump, I believe. I believe that's already taking place.
A lot of hope to a lot of people. So I hope all you patriots, I hope you're realizing that you've got a lot of people in Canada behind you.
Awesome.
We would stand side by side.
Well, Sam, thank you for calling. Your support is awesome. I have a lot of respect for Canadians. I really do. You guys brave the winter, and you're strong people, and you don't need a sissy running the show up there. I'll tell you that.
No, but we'll stand arm in arm with our American brothers and sisters. That's for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for following me and doing what you got to do to stay in touch with me. I appreciate it.
Will do. And you take care, and God bless America.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye-bye. A little bit of a lag on that call. She was great, though. She was great. Also, Trudeau is oh, God. Castro's son. David Hamrick, my man. Thank you. Automatic Sky, I believe, donated too, right? Where were you? It's already gone. I believe it was Automatic Sky, man. Thank you all. And we got past 200 thumbs up. I appreciate that too. Yeah, guys. I love doing this. Let me just be honest with you. I love doing it. It's fun. This is fun to me. I don't know anyone else who does this, guys. I really don't. I saw the other day, what was it, Terry? Who was it that you told me was going live? Into the Matrix or something like that? I can't think of the guy's name, but he did one. He tried to do the call-in. I think he just went live or whatever. He had like 2,000 people. He also has 90,000, 85,000 subscribers. So we do good. Some of these guys, I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it. But I love it. I love doing this when we get, I believe that this is kind of gets pushed down a little bit, because I remember when the Kavanaugh hearings were going on, I went live and I had 900 people in here. We usually average about 200, high 100s, 200. So, it is what it is, and I enjoy it, and I appreciate all the support.
Hey, what's up? It's Mark.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
Mark, you sound like a good old boy.
What's up, man? Is this True Reporting? Am I on True Reporting right now?
Yeah, man, you got about 190 people listening. What's up, dude?
How are you, brother?
I'm good.
Just now kind of pulling you up. I watch a lot of different channels, and I haven't been listening a lot. And I'm just checking it out one day in January and started seeing some QAnon stuff and didn't go back for a week and then started checking it out. And then I'm a military officer, and a lot of shit that was going on is like, wow, I've heard about this and seen a lot of this stuff, and military officers talking about this. Whenever I was stationed on the West Coast, a lot of deep state crap. It's just good to know that there are, some patriots that are like you that are doing what you're doing, man. And
thank you.
I'm starting a show in Knoxville. Are you a South Carolina fan or a Clemson fan?
I am. I'm not really a fan of either, and I'm not going to call myself out because I will get bashed either way. So
I understand.
Yeah.
You're a state of South Carolina fan. I get it.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Right on. Good deal. But
you said you're doing a show though.
Somehow. Yeah. You need to somehow come up to Knoxville. I've got a show I've started, and a good friend of mine just got elected into Congress here in Knoxville, 2nd District.
Oh wow!
I need to somehow get my information, and maybe we can. He's going to be on my show in the next couple of weeks, but maybe we can, in the next 6 months, try to get together with you. And I'm trying to turn him on to QAnon, and he said he's looked at it some. He's got some of his people checking it out.
And this is a congressman.
He's got. Yes.
Wow, good for you, man. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to red pill everybody I can, man, because a lot of
dude, that is crazy. Is he kind of did he shrug his shoulders at it, or what was his
No, man, he gets it. He gets it. But right now, as an elected congressman, you can't talk about it. You can't talk about it. You can't admit you look at it, and you got to be careful, But he gets it. He's a smart, down-to-earth dude. He was the mayor of Knoxville, and now he's a sitting U.S. congressman starting in January.
I just got a Brenda Harrington on the chat just said, breaking news, President Trump's motorcade has reportedly suddenly, in quote, suddenly left the press at the Christmas tree lighting. White House aides refusing to explain what has happened.
Oh hell! I've got it on Fox News on my TV, and I don't see anything on it. Let me see if CNN might pick something up. As bad as I hate to freaking turn it on to CNN.
Do you do Twitter, man?
I'm not, man. I'm not. I'm an older dude. I'm not social media because it's just so corrupt. I mean, maybe one day, maybe soon.
Let me tell you something, Mark. Let me tell you something, man. If you want quick information, to hell with Facebook, to hell with Instagram, all that yada, yada, yada. But Twitter is so quick. If you follow, all you got to do is follow about 15, 20 people if you want to, and you will get great information before you see it on the TV, man. And it's free, man. So, you don't have to worry about people bothering you and I don't like his politics. It's just kind of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my parents into it.
I'll get my son to hook me up. I've got one son at Liberty University in
good for you, man.
Virginia, and one son in high school here in Knoxville. But I don't know how I can get you to Knoxville one day, and I can get you on my show, and we can start.
Is that West Tennessee?
This thing rolling.
Is that West Tennessee?
No, East Tennessee, Knoxville, man. We're big Tennessee ball fans here.
Oh, nice, man. I've been up there. I've seen the Vols play once. That's a huge stadium.
Right on, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's badass. Too bad they're not they're lagging out, but their new coach, hopefully we can put them in the right direction. A couple of years, maybe.
That's right, my man. Hey, Mark, great call, dude.
I'm glad that you're. What's that?
I said great call. Thank you for calling. What were you about to say?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just going to say, keep up the good work, man. Keep up the drops, keep everything rolling, and I'm going to try to, red pill everybody I can here in Knoxville. I'm starting to get a congressman friend of mine who was just elected congressman, trying to red pill him and let people understand around this country that there are deep state, freaking murderous, child rapists.
Mm-hmm. It's very real
in this world, and we need to stop them. And the people like you that are, staying on it with Q out there, and hopefully we can stop this and change this country, man. Appreciate what you're doing, and hopefully we get to see you someday.
Mark, keep in touch and call back anytime, my man.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh, Mark, good old Southern boy. I like it. Got a lot of Canadians. No problem with that, too. Love it. Had some people calling from New York. Guys, we've been doing this for never mind. We've only been going an hour and 15 minutes. We can keep going. You want to go another 15? Then I got to get back to researching, because I have a big podcast tomorrow. I've got to do my research, and you'll see why. You want another video? I do have enough, but I think I'm not gonna put one out tonight. I wanted to do this instead. I put 2 videos out yesterday. 2 great videos, by the way. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but the videos yesterday were really, really good.
Jay. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, Jay. How are you, my friend?
Good, and yourself?
I'm good, man. You're about the 8th or 9th Canadian to call today.
Well, the U.S. is the main show. We're just a province.
Did you hear? I had someone call earlier and talk about that. People are finding out that you guys are not actually. I guess you're still a part of the UK, owned by the Queen. Did you hear about this?
Well, I was considered for the Senate of Canada by one of our prime ministers, or 2 of them actually. So.
Oh wow. Jesus.
What he's referring to is the British North American Act.
Mm-hmm.
And that's was put together during Confederation in 1867, and Pierre Trudeau is trying to get it to Canada, and they finally repatriated the Constitution, and they gave us, and it's basically a legal document, but it doesn't do anything about how to run the courts from a human point of view. And so they had to come up with the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, but what she means to say is that the Privy Council is what cabinet ministers swear their allegiance to. So
here's a question. Somebody just posted POTUS. He was a POTUS huge guy that calls in a good bit. Said the Prime Minister of Canada has to swear oath to the Queen of England upon swearing in. He said it's a fact. Look it up.
Yeah, that's the Privy Council.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of. So the cabinet ministers in England are also part of the Privy Council. It has to do with the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Many countries that were part, like Australia, they'll have cabinet ministers that's part of the Privy Council. So the thing I wanted to talk to you today about was Hillary and Bill Clinton in Toronto.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it, guys. He's talking about Hillary and Bill in Toronto. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they rent the arena. It seats 19,000 people, and they sold 3,000 tickets.
That's hilarious. That's pathetic.
Yeah, and so guess which bank hosted it?
Which bank?
Well, TD Bank. Remember I'm talking about TD and David Rockefeller?
Yes.
So the vice chairman of TD Bank is Frank McKenna.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to be premier of, I think, New Brunswick, and he was the ambassador of Canada to the United States, I think, during 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And so not only are there problems with the phony credits that were done with David Rockefeller at the TD Bank,
mm-hmm.
but you have, I was thinking about on 9/11 when Donald Rumsfeld came out and he said there's $2.5 trillion missing from the Admiralty, from the Pentagon.
Yes, I remember all that. Yes.
So how would that much wealth be lost? Like, how do you lose $2.5 trillion? Like an aircraft carrier or two, or a whole squadron of tanks, or
Well, a lot of people think it goes to the secret space program.
Well, it'd have to be concentrated in a concentrated form, such as gold.
Right. Somebody on here said that HRC Bill event had 83% empty seats and they were being sold at $6 a pop.
Yes, a slice of pizza.
That is hilarious. Wow.
Yeah,
and it's free. What's hilarious? It's free to go to a Trump rally. And he's doing 30,000 seat arenas.
Well, the host was Frank McKenna.
Uh-huh.
And he's asking, and he's the vice chairman of TD Bank.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm telling you is they were involved with the heist.
Mm-hmm. So they're all in cahoots.
The gold went across the border on 9/11, and they had the Minister of Transportation, Collinette, involved. So if you have, and the Brofman family were involved, and so you have to control the ships and you have to control the railways.
Yeah.
Because if you're taking that much gold across the Canadian border, you need the Minister of Transportation, Collinette, involved. So the gold ends up somewhere, let's say, around Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have something called Barrick Gold with Peter Munk.
Mm-hmm.
And so they suddenly become the biggest gold mining company in the world. A coincidence?
There are no coincidences.
So then you have people like David Seaman promoting Bitcoin.
Yes, I remember that guy. What happened to him?
Then you have...
what happened to that dude? Jay? Jay, what happened to him?
You check the exposés on David Seaman, and he's connected to the Soros family in Toronto with Bitcoin, connected to Barrick Gold, connected to Gold Money Visa. So the ripped off gold was to be used to back Bitcoin.
Whatever happened to David Seaman?
Well, all of this Bitcoin stuff is blown up.
Yeah.
And so people who are pushing Bitcoin, like Mike Cernovich, he's not talking about Bitcoin anymore.
Yeah.
So the TD Bank and David Rockefeller, Peter Munk, members of the Liberal Party that were in power during 9/11, it looks like they ripped off the U.S. Admiralty to the tune of $2.5 trillion. And that's why Trump would say something like, those Canadians, they're smooth.
Right.
So Peter Munk is dead. He was the head of Barrick Gold. He died last spring, supposedly. supposedly, but you remember last fall, it said 7 people out of YYZ, which is Toronto, going to Guantanamo, and 3 of them are from Barrick Gold, and there's more to come.
Mm-hmm.
So if that was Peter Munk, my father went to the Peter Munk Memorial, and they didn't have a coffin there. They didn't have any ashes. They had a hat. They had a fedora. And this guy is like Peter Munk, Global Affairs at University of Toronto. The Munk Debate Center. So when Steve Bannon debates with David Frum, it's at the Peter Munk Center of Debate. So these fuckers were running Toronto into the ground. So for the senior vice chairman of the TD Bank, Frank McKenna, to be hosting, and this is supposed to be the victory march, the glory speech, and there's only 3,000 people, and he's asking her questions about global warming, and she launches into a coughing fit.
Right, yeah. Everyone on here was like, yeah, she's having a coughing fit.
Yeah. So Frank McKenna is like, it should be like, shut the fuck up, Frank. This woman's dying on you on stage here.
Yeah.
Somebody should really be calling a medic, and you're still asking her questions about, putting a price on pollution. And up here in Canada, we've kind of been abandoned by our partners and competitors and partners in the South, and we don't know really.
Why? Hey, Jay, what do you think about these coughing fits? I mean, this is like the 10th one we've seen. What is this? Is she dying?
Well, I think deplorable McAllister, Linda Paris has it right when she says these Kuru people, with their eyes rolling about, and
sure,
holes in their brains.
Yeah, man. So you think she's having like withdrawals or seizures, or she's having like she's having the effects of Kuru? Like that is what Kuru does.
Yeah, I think it's Kuru. I think Linda McAllister or Linda Paris is correct.
Even Barack Obama looks like hell, man. These people are all dying, Jay. They're all dying, man.
They're giving up the script. They're giving up the ghost. They have I'm convinced that when David Rockefeller died, he was the head dark wizard, and all they stole was debt. And so Adnan said they stole their souls to steal from him, and because it's all based on a gold asset base, all they're doing is abusing their authority in the banking structures to create phony credits, and have been able to get away with it for the last 35 years.
Yeah.
But now all of that has changed, and so we can begin to offset all of these distortions or debts that were created by, like if you take an asset, like Adnan said, the first lines of business were like the Silk Road, and people wouldn't carry gold on them because they get robbed. And when you go from one end of the Silk Road to the other, you unload your inventory and you present your line of credit, and you can use that to buy a bunch of shit to load up on the way back. And so commerce started way back then, and that was, the birth of the Bank of International Settlements, which is all about the King's Highway and commerce and using using the military to protect commerce.
Mm-hmm.
And so the two main distortions that have to be cleaned up is using militaries to invade other countries, because that's not what it's designed for. It's designed to maintain commerce on the King's Highway, to prevent the people who engage in commerce from being robbed from criminals and thugs along the highway. And that's the difference between trade and commerce, is that with trade, you don't have any protection. So with the commerce, with the Bank of International Settlements, you have other structures such as the Postmaster General. And so through these worldwide structures, and having that be married to the Sun Yat-sen gold as of 1987 on Black Monday, and now with these charters expired and the Bretton Woods Agreement expired, the offsetting of these debts can begin to unwind. The settling of certain scores, like, the communist Chinese, that's a big score to settle.
I know, Jay. Hey, man, we got more people calling in. I don't mean to cut you short, but I give you your time, Jay, and you're always.
Ask Jordan Sather about the TD Bank Barrick Gold, the gold on 9/11 backing Bitcoin, and is all of that blown up, and is that why you haven't heard from David Seaman?
I'll check it out, my friend. Jay, always a pleasure, my friend. I'll call back tomorrow, dude.
Righto.
Have a great night in Canada, my friend.
Thank you, Thomas.
All right, buddy.
And thanks to your audience.
Yes, man. We'll see you, dude.
Righto.
Bye. David Seaman is a crypto hack. I get the feeling of that too. He was just kind of real arrogant and cocky, and just and PS is the worst facial hair ever. The worst facial hair is just god awful. PS, did anybody see the Defango bashing me and James Munder? I posted it on Twitter. Didn't really like it, man. I thought it was funny at first. I'm like, because I don't really care about that guy. But was just giving it to me and just calling me a sensationalist and a liar. We all know that. The 170 people in here right now know that that is not the case. We had firemen call in about that helicopter video, and they said that they've never seen it. And when they do see it, it is not by helicopter, but there are things called controlled burns. And the guy went as so far as to I think James Munder posted my video and then, retracted it. He said, I made a mistake, James Munder, that's fine. We all have our opinions on whatever. It's fine. But, you don't have to go to the extent, Defango, as to call me a sensationalist. Why don't you look at my videos and that will, that'll prove it to you, my friend. Yeah, and I also see when I see Unirock come on here too. It's strange. It's strange, guys. I don't want to go down that hallway, but it's just strange. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, POTUS, something, it was strange. It was strange. Exactly. Who said that? Who said that? Terry, yeah. Bashes people who maybe have succeeded. Guys, we're one away from 250. One away. Can we hit that 250? And then, there we go. Thanks, guys. That makes me smile. That makes me happy. 252. If we can just keep it going, just give it the like. Give it all the likes you got. We'll take one more call after this, then we'll end it.
don't ever... To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
Hey, Joan?
Hey, hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm watching your podcast right now.
Cool.
And I've been watching you for a while. I really love your channel.
Well, thank you.
But I like you a lot. So I don't have any intel. I'm a memer mostly. And I just wanted to say that somebody just right above your tweet when you tweeted out for your show, I just happened to catch that this guy, gosh, I wish I could remember his name, but he posted a really cool meme of Trump on top of the Christmas tree. And I was just thinking, do you make your own memes? Because I
do not, and I'm very jealous of the ones of you guys that do. You know, it's really good. I do more non-political. I do more other stuff like that, more trolling type stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. But I appreciate the people who do it. Some people are really good at it. I think I'm good at just researching and doing podcasts. I think that's my go-to. Yeah, we're all good at some things.
Yeah, I've been watching you for a while, and some have come and gone because they just don't turn out to be true. And so
exactly.
I appreciate the work you do. And so for this, I was thinking about getting this little campaign going with Tippy Top on the top of the tree with Trump.
Do it. Go for it. What are you going to hashtag it or?
Oh, what should I hashtag it? Tippy Top Christmas.
You could do it. You're the meme maker. You can do it.
That's true.
Yeah, you're good at it.
Okay, well, I just want to put it out there and say I appreciate your show.
Well, I appreciate your call and I appreciate your support, and stick with us because we're going to be around for a very, very long time. We're going to keep growing.
I have to take a break every once in a while because we've been here for a while with this. But
yes, ma'am.
Yep. God bless you and all your viewers too.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thanks. Okay.
Alrighty. Bye-bye. Phoenix.
Mike White.
To accept, press 1.
Hello, Mike.
Yeah, how's it going, brother?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. I just want to tell you a couple things. One of the things I want to tell you is the reason why you get so many people is because you're a nice guy, you're polite, you're kind, you're not out there trying to bash people. So
thank you, Mike.
It's refreshing to see that out there. I actually feel like I can talk to you about some things, even though some stuff that I agree with, a lot of stuff I agree with, but there's certain things. But I'm going to share some with you because I didn't even know you were into this, and I'm not into it. But I heard you one time talk about like UFOs or something.
I'm extremely into it, but a lot of people kind of shrug it off, so I don't really get into it that much. But I'll get into it if you want me to, man. We can, let's do it.
No, I'm going to share something with you.
Go for it, dude.
Listen to this. You're going to freak out when I tell you this. All right.
Go for it.
So it's November 13th, and I live in Arizona, so it's November 13th, and I'm driving to a doctor's appointment. And as I'm driving, I'm going down this road, and it's about a half mile between lights, and I see this plane coming in, and it's kind of low. It's real low. And so I'm kind of like leaving space between me and the car thinking, shoot, if this thing's coming down or something, I want to be able to either speed up or brake, because it's pretty low. I mean, it's not right on top, but it's maybe only like 1,000 feet above the highest trees. And I'm thinking, so and it's a big plane. It's not like a 747, but let's say it's half that size. So it flies over me. It goes, right over the top of me. I'm thinking, wow, that was pretty low. So I get up to the next light. I'm not thinking anything of it. Stop at that light, and then I continue on. And then all of a sudden, it comes back, and it's coming back now the other way, the way I'm going. And I'm watching this thing go, and there's no airports where I was going the first time, so I'm thinking, and we're talking about the middle of Phoenix. Not downtown, but down in the regular Phoenix. So anyway, it turns, it makes this hard break. So now it's like half a mile in front of me to the left, and I'm driving, and then it banks. And when it banks, I can see that it has the camouflage, the brown camouflage of like a military plane.
Mm-hmm.
It's not got no propellers, doesn't got no propellers, none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's 9:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
This thing turns so hard that I can see it banking. I'm not used to seeing a plane bank like that. It's just sitting in the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sitting at the stoplight, and the thing stops in midair.
Whoa.
And I'm looking at it at a side view angle.
Mm-hmm.
And it stopped. And I'm thinking, what in the hell is going on right here?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Yes.
Okay, so it stopped there for so long that I pick up the phone and I call my wife and I go, hey, babe, listen, I'm looking at a plane right now. It stopped in midair. And my phone call with her, because I went back to look at it later, I was talking to her for 58 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before I called her, I was looking at it for at least 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked to her for 58 seconds, and then the light changed, and I continued driving on, and that plane never moved.
You think it was a drone?
It never moved.
Do you think it was a drone?
I don't know what it was, but I don't know how big they make drones. And
some can be huge.
Right over, yeah, and it was right over the city. So I'm thinking, if it was any kind of a military exercise or group of friends, you wouldn't do it right over the city of Phoenix. You wouldn't do that, because I'm like, it's like on 75th Avenue. But this plane stops in midair. So we're talking about it's flying, and then it stops.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it. And so I looked at this plane for at least a minute and a half without it moving. Have you ever heard anything like that?
No, some people in the chats are saying it could be a military drone.
Really?
Yeah, and
it just amazes me because
that would blow my mind, though. I mean, trust me, your mind is gonna, jump ship and be like, it can't register because it's never seen something like that before. So the first thing you're gonna be like, is that a UFO? What is this? Am I really seeing it? And some people are saying that it could be a drone, a military drone. Did you take a picture of this thing?
No, I wish I would have. But what I did is I called my wife because I was just sitting there. I was just dumbfounded by it. Was so big. I mean, I wouldn't think they'd make drones that big, but if they do, okay, I didn't know about that. But even a drone, because I went on the internet and everything. I said, can a plane stop in midair? And they said no. I know they have those one planes that they can, lift straight up and then take off and stuff like that. But I'm talking about this plane stopped in midair. Just stopped.
Weird.
It was flying, and it was a whole 5-10 minute ordeal because it went one way and it went over. I started thinking, God, that's low, and there's no airport over there. Why would it be doing that? And then all of a sudden it came back. I'm thinking, what's going on here? Then it banks. I see the military stuff on the side of it. I mean, on the wings of it, because the wings are actually, it's banking so hard that I can see it. It's turning, and then it turns, and then it just stops.
Maybe it was you could hear it, you said.
No, I couldn't. I don't know if I could hear anything. I wasn't really. I was in the car.
Well, listen, a guy on here says there's a great video which I have seen on YouTube in a man filming from his car in a parking lot, and a 767 is flying and is stuck in midair. So you tell me, man. Now, Mark, your name's Mark, correct? Mike, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't know if what we see in the sky, I don't know if everything we see is real. I don't know if you saw a glitch in the Matrix or something. I don't know, but there's a video. If you can find it, it's very easy. Just go on YouTube and type in 767 stuck in the sky, and it'll blow your mind. Maybe you witnessed something 1 in a million, my friend.
Well, and the whole thing was this, like I'm saying, though, the plane was flying past me. It was going actually against me, and that's why I told you that whole ordeal of like I was thinking, God, that's low. Do I need to slow down or speed up if it is coming down? It was low enough for me to think like that, and then it flew past me, and it probably flew maybe 20 miles. You know how fast a plane flies, probably 20 miles, and then it was out of the picture. No big deal. And then I continued on, and it came back again. And it was going the other direction. So it was a whole ordeal. It wasn't just a split-second kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, everybody knows I saw it because everybody I told that I saw it, they go, oh my gosh, first of all, I don't even believe in UFOs.
Yeah.
And second of all, they know I wouldn't just say something like this. And then third, I actually ended up looking at how long I was talking to my wife on the phone while I was looking at this. And I was looking at it from the side. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like it was going away from me and it takes some time. And I'm looking at it from a side angle, and it's just sitting there. And I heard, it's just weird because I heard the other day, you say something about, I'm not going to talk about QAnon today. I'm going to talk about, this kind of stuff. I thought, maybe someday I should tell him about it.
Do it, man. I'm glad you shared it with me, dude.
Yeah, so
I love talking about that kind of stuff.
Get a kick out of that one.
Very strange, and people are relating to it. Like, again, go on YouTube and check out that video and tell me what you think. Call back tomorrow. Tell me what you think.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called. I'm pretty sure if you just type in YouTube 767 stuck in midair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll check that out and see if it looks like anything I like it. Because I was sat there and looked at it just sitting there. I would say it was between Thunderbird and Cactus on 79th Avenue, sitting over the housing areas of Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, people are saying there's a lot of videos like that. So go check it out, Mike. It might blow your mind.
Hey, you take care of yourself, brother. I'm really proud of what you're doing.
Thanks, man. That's good to hear. Thank you for saying that.
All right. You have a good night, brother.
You too, man. Thanks, Mike. Have a great night. All right, guys. I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb. There you go. I'm going to see my really good friend called in. I couldn't get to him, so I'm going to call him back. Probably the smartest guy I know. And let me see what he has to say real quick. He may call back. He may not. So, yeah, guys, that is it for the call-in show. We did an hour and 45 minutes, a little over. And, got to 257 likes. I wanted 200 today. We had a big crowd, a good crowd in here today. I had a great time. Mr. BB33 or MBB333 has good anomalies. Yes. Really good. Here we go. Hey, what's up, man? You're on the podcast. You're on my podcast. Come on, dude. You're on. You got 164 people listening. What happened to you? Go. He hung up, man. What a bust. Why'd he hang up? Dude, talk. Tell us what happened today. What are you talking about? So, you tell us about what happened today. Tell us about what happened to you today. Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll call you after I'm done. I'm almost finished. Later. Yeah. So, guys, I really appreciate it. If you do want to donate, I know a couple people went through the Patreon today. They went to the PayPal. You can definitely go to any of my videos. You can go into check out any of the mods. They will have that information. And you can donate if you want to. Crew Chief right there just posted PayPal. It really helps me out. I'll be honest with you. Expect a huge podcast tomorrow. Like I said before, I can't reiterate that enough. I'm definitely going to you're going to get pretty stoked about it. I'll be honest with you. And I don't know who that was. December 5th is coming up right around the corner. Right around the corner, guys. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate that. The podcast tomorrow will be around maybe a little late. It depends on what you guys want me to do. If you guys want to do a poll, we'll do 1 for yes or 2 for no. Basically, if you want me to release the podcast before or after the live stream tomorrow, the live stream is going to go late. So if you guys want to stick around and tell me what you think about the podcast, I might do a live stream around 9 to 10, 8:30 to 9:30, something like that. But do you want the podcast before or after? So we see a lot of ones. No, I don't want to do any more phone. I got to definitely do a lot of work. I already ended it. I already put it on Do Not Disturb. So it's Eastern Standard Time. I'm on the East Coast. Yeah, 1 gives us a lot to talk about. That's cool. And guys, this is the only podcast that I've done since January 1st without my MAGA hat. I got this hat the other day just to represent my state. I love this state. I'm a little OCD about doing that, but, some of you noticed. But, yeah. Guys, I appreciate it. I'm a little tired, actually. Crew Chief, thank you. Thank you to all the mods. Terry, Colin, Crew Chief, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Slim Frank, right? You're on there too, aren't you, my friend? Yeah, Slim Frank, dude. Thank you so much for helping out. Everyone, thank you. But not much more else to say. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the love. My friend's crazy. Guys, Jay, thanks for calling in. Thanks to everyone who called in, who has the guts to call in and talk. It is kind of nerve-wracking for people to call in on a show and they've never done it before. I'm just a dude. I'm just grassroots. And this is true reporting, right? Guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for all the support and all the love. I'm sending it right back at you. Love you guys. Thank you, and expect a big day tomorrow. We'll see you. Bye.